Guys, I made over $20,000 in just a couple of hours with this phenomenal strategy. Do you want to do the same? Just watch this video until the end because I will show you in it in great detail. Let's go. Today we will trade with you on pocket option with 15 seconds and we will rely on the MACD indicator. We will additionally rely on the MACD indicator, but our main focus will simply be on the technical analysis and market understanding, candlestick patterns, and etc. According to the MACD indicator, we should understand the following case. When the green line crosses the red line from bottom to top, here for example, we should go into a long position. Or here, when the histogram crosses the zero level, we can see by the histogram and we can see by the level of the average outgoing, which is on this chart. At the intersection, we have the histogram also crossing the zero line. These are sort of considered turning points. Also, in this case, these slides are above the zero line and the green line crosses the red line from bottom to top. Then we open a short position. It's the same here, only the other way around. Now, let's move into finding currency pairs. And we'll look on them and look for right formations. We'll trade with a time frame of 15 seconds. And the time expiration should also be for 15 seconds. Periodically, we will have to check it because some currency pairs do not allow trading like this. Because of this, we will have to watch. We will look for suitable cases where the MACD will tell us about the rising or the falling of the price. We see a green rising structure here. Here we have such an order block. We can go low from it. We have set the time expiration to 1 minute. I hope the trade will close on the plus side because here we have such an order block from which we went down. Although we have a green line on the MACD indicator. The first profit is here. Here we have entered by the technical analysis because here we have an order block zone of such a pro trading. We've opened a put option on it and in fact it was successful here because we have quite a strong order block here and in principle we've traded from it. Also here we have the MACD indicator started to dip a little bit later. Let's move on to the next currency pair. Here we see that we only have the time expiration of 1 minute and because of this we move on to the next chart. Here we see that we have the MACD indicator crossing the zero mark and it is red. Because of this, we will open a position to the downside because we see such a downward movement here and we're further down with this movement. Great, the deal has worked. So here we see, even though we have the MACD has crossed the zero level, we have red also, but we have a support zone. Because of this, we should consider an upside option from this zone. Well, the time expiration here is 1 minute. That's not good enough for us. Because of that, let's move on to the next graph. There's a strong uptrend here and it's not good for us. Guys, look how fast we're increasing our balance today. Imagine if we could do this together every week. In fact, you have such an opportunity because in my Telegram channel, I conduct live trading sessions for my subscribers every week. I choose a pair, find good entry point, and you just copy my actions with reliable for you sound. We are already achieving excellent results together with my subscribers. So if you have a desire to learn trading fast and achieve results close to mine, follow the link in the description. It's absolutely free and we continue. Here we see there is the order block at the bottom. Let's set the time expiration with 15 seconds and open a position to the upside. Here we have such an order block from which we had a reaction. So here's the reaction. You see, we get reactions from here all the time. And this time is no exception. Well, we went up from this level, from this zone. We also have the MACD indicator. It didn't help us in any way here. Well, in principle, if you look at it, we have such a sideways movement here, and from the lower boundary, we also go up. You see basically two confirming factors, which tells us that there will be an upward movement, and according to these factors, we actually went in. Now let's move on to the next currency pair. Looking for appropriate structures. We're looking for suitable options. Guys, what do we have here? That's interesting. Here we have a resistance zone, and from it we will go lower. So we see here we have not broken the level, and this is our resistance zone. We went in low to get a reaction. Whoa, the reaction has happened perfectly. Great. Let's move on to the next currency pair. Here we are also growing, but there is no resistance zone here. So it is dangerous to enter here. Although there is a reversal structure here, the expiration time is only for 1 minute. Let's move on to the next currency pair. Here we open a position to the upside because we have such a sideways movement here. Well, locally there is a sideways movement here, you see. We have a small support zone here also. Because of this, we take the reaction from it to the top. Oh, that's great. We were able to capitalize it. We change the amount of the deal and move on to the next currency pair. Here we see we have overlapped the balance, even though our MACD indicator is showing red. But no, we still go to the next currency pair. Here we open a position to the downside, even though we got a low opening, but here we have such a slope from which we see a downward strong movement. And because of this, we open a downside position from this slope. That's great. That's a great way to make money, guys. Let's move on to the last currency pair. What we see here is that our MACD is starting to not increase so much anymore, which tells us that the direction of the price has changed. So we don't have the right time expiration here. Because of this, we move on to the next currency pair. What do we see here? We have seen that the MACD, which crossed the zero line, and because of this, we refuse to go up. Although we went too high, but here we have the MACD crossing the zero line. And basically, we have such an upward sideways movement going on here, and we expect to make profits. We're making a profit. We managed to miraculously accelerate our deposit from $250 to $24,000. We did it 10 times more. Nice work. Be sure to subscribe to my social networks and write how you like the strategy in the comments. See you soon.